Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine. There's some pretty strong vampires ahead. Professor Noel Ivor's journal. Journal has been kept chaotically, full of stains, blots, and incomprehensible scribblings, and the entries are not dated. Every day I regret what I said then. How could I have been so foolish? Why did I not agree to become her assistant? Fire upon you, base abomination. Oh, Isabel, forgive me. Enough inaction, I'm off to Beauclair. If I find you alive, Isabel, I will fall to my knees and plead forgiveness, and if you're gone, enough of this wallowing in self-pity, time to get to work. I have chosen the most talented and hardworking of my students, and for my assistants I have chosen the most clever adjunct, Philip Borut. The Academy Chancellery has accepted my plan for our expedition. We need but to collect equipment and hit the road. Unbelievable. Philip had the audacity to point out to me that eating egg salad sandwiches while traveling in a closed carriage is poor manners. What arrogance, and to think I prized him above all of my other adjuncts. I could not have imagined a worse start to our 8-week journey. A few pages have been stuck together by some sticky substance. Mayonnaise? We have arrived. I fear entering these ruins. I fear what we shall find there. I think I lack the strength to face the truth. That impertinent absurd, Philip Borot, is driving me completely mad. He's accused me of idleness and indecision. How dare he hurl such insults in the presence of other members of our expedition? He does not understand who my beloved Isabel was, who she is to me. I do not wish to, I cannot face the truth. I am off, alone, at the moment, for I do not wish them to see me when I find... I will begin by searching the ruins of the temple abutting the river. And there seem to be still more enemies down. So I'll check that out. No, that's just drowners. I don't care.
Zatańczmy.
Yeah, the over-encumbrance is somewhat of a problem, to be honest. Oh great, the game's broken again. There's a decoction that ups my carrying capacity, so that would be a good moment. It's much better.
Magia to miejsce mocy.
George Herbert's letter. Dear Hedwiga, you were absolutely correct to advise against this journey. Why did the Dean of Archaeology entrust the leadership to the hands of this quadroon? Who found the violet ruby of Anne Gwinnell? Me or her? You must know that the Witcher had returned after all. The ruby removed the barrier, as I held it would from the start, and allowed him to explore the interior. Can you believe that the Witcher almost convinced that Toussaint to return to the town to hire additional guards? We don't know what dangers are in store for us. Now there's someone who knows how to pad his billable hours. Toussaint took to the idea, recalling the tale about the tomb being cursed, yet they convinced the company not to put any stock in fairy tales. We must hurry, I said. What if someone beats us to it and robs the elven treasury first? Because as you know, according to my translation, the most precious can only mean one thing, the lost treasure of King Divetav. Soon it shall be ours. Addendum later, obscured by bloodstains. The Witcher was right, we should have never gone there. This is an accursed place. I barely managed to escape, crawl out and take the ruby. The portal has closed, I am safe, but the others...
Są i ciała. Najwyraźniej uciekali w stronę wyjścia. Są i ciała. Najwyraźniej uciekali w stronę wyjścia.
Agvenial's letter. I, Agvenial, write this missive to you, elven brother from another time, to ensure the memory of our sad fate never perishes. After many failed attempts, the treacherous Duan finally managed to reach King Devito and stick his flesh with steel. The court medic's healing brews provided no succor, and King Devito did not last the night. At this moment, our morale, which had already suffered a great trial during the long week siege, had reached rock bottom, but were we to allow the body of our leader to fall into the hands of the Duan, let them put his head on a pike? The mage Barifion did not ponder long. The king's place is in his family crypt, the Sithorak. I was one of the volunteers who carried the body from the palace to the underground tunnels, yet somehow the Duan picked our trail and attacked us in the temple. After a short battle we made a unanimous decision. Barifion shall leave and close the entrance to the crypts behind him. We shall stay behind and place the king in his grave. The mage hesitated for a short while, yet he knew the palace would fall without his support. He left, swearing he would soon return, once our troops have fought off the Duan with the help of General Sempolin, whose army should reach us any day now. The rest illegible. King Devatav, here lies our father. He died, so that many others might live.
Wygląda na to, że torba należała do Wiedźmina.
Oh, Grandmaster Wolven Armor.
Jak schemat zbroi, ale skomplikowany. Może w mieście znajdę jakiegoś fachowca, który pomoże mi to odszyfrować.
Adonna of Cerras' journal. Suppose I shouldn't be surprised Master Tiensal asked such a steep price to forge the Grandmaster armor. No other craftsman in the world is his equal. I tried to tell wise old Vesemir that he gave me barely enough for one silver sword. Trekked halfway across the world to get here from Kaer Morhen, and for what? Gonna have to look around for some work. Today, Tiensal finally introduced me to the leader of the Arch, but in the end we've reached a deal. Checked the area out, and it seemed calm enough, though my medallion did buzz in a few spots near the ruins. That's why I told them to pitch camp a bit further away from the main entrance. Who the blazes knows what might be living inside? Might have also mentioned something about a curse, so I guess I should expect raids, bargains maybe. Damn it, I should have asked for more. Tomorrow we'll start exploring.
Aldon przybył do Toussaint na prośbę Wesemira. Szkoda, że tak to się skończyło dla niego wilka. Mało nas zostało na świecie.
Powolutku, bez nerwu! Śmierć! Piękniejsza! Co to jest? Zaklęcia! Zaklęcia! Chłopy, jedziemy z nim!
Professor Noel Ivor's journal. I read that. A letter about Yennefer. I mean, from Yennefer, probably. This was read to me, actually. Ducal Chronicle, 2nd edition. Okay, damn it, I have to read that because I wanted to... Oh, it's 2nd edition, not the 2nd tome. So I'll read that anyway, because I was waiting for the 1st tome, but I guess it's just the 2nd edition. Ducal Chronicle. In the month preceding the celebrations surrounding the festival of the Vat, the ducal couple and a delegation of notables embarked on a neighborly visit to the court of Calante of Sintra. The visit was both a social and a political dimension, for the Duchess was hoping Queen Calante would follow the dictates of the international protocol and repay with a visit of her own, preferably during the above-mentioned festival, thus gracing the celebration with her royal presence. The ducal couple was accompanied by their daughter, Anorietta. It is worth mentioning here that the infant is sprouting like a beanpole, and it shall not be long before it will be necessary to find her a husband. Time will surely add to her charms. As for character and imagination, she is not lacking either quality in the least. Lara Doren and the Cregennan of Lod. Love knows no bounds, so the saying claims. History knows no better proof of that adage than the romance between Lara Doren and Cregennan of Lod. She, a powerful elven sage, the bearer of the elder blood, promised to the great Avalach. He, a human mage with great talent of a humble birth. She, able to live centuries, if not millennia. He, likely to live no more than 60 years and a 10, like each of us. They should have hated each other, scorned each other. Instead, they burned for one another with powerful love. Heedless to the war raging around them, to the condemnations and curses raining down on them from all sides, they led a humble and happy life. Soon Lara was with a child. A babe born of Lara and Cregennan might have joined the best of both races, united them at long last. Alas, this was not to be. Humans considered Cregennan a traitor and a renegade. They demanded him to abandon Lara, and when he refused, they decided to murder them both. Cregennan died while Lara, still heavy with child, escaped with her life. She ran to Tretogor to beg succor and support from Cerro, the Queen of Redania. What then came to pass? Here elven and human accounts diverge, presenting two incorrigible versions. According to the Chronicles of the Enseed, her pleas did not soften the stony hearts of Duan, the hearts of merciless and cruel humans. When Lara, pleading for mercy, if not for her but at least for her child, clutched onto the door of the royal carriage, the queen ordered her maimer to strike her with a sword and cut off her fingers. That night, crushed by a fierce frost, Lara breathed her last sigh on a hill in the woods, giving birth to a daughter with whom she protected with the fading embers of her own warmth. The human legends, however, have Cerro saying, "Ask not me for grace, ask instead those whom you have harmed with your magic. Brave you were when you wrought those foul deeds. Brave be you now when the pursuit of justice nears. Your sins are not within my power to forgive." In reply, Lara said, "My doom is at hand, but yours, Queen, is also nigh. Remember Lara Doren in this terrible hour, Queen. Remember her death and her curse, and know that my curse will hound you and your seed. To the 10th generation will it damn your line. Whereas lies the truth cannot be said. Both versions are surely false, for both seek to blacken the enemy. Sad is Lara's end. The hate between the races, which Cregennan wished so badly to end, is now so strong that its darkness forever obscured the truth of her faith." The so-called giant centipedes, my only comfort in exile. Darkly have I paid for my wrongs, being exiled from my beautiful desert and the steppes of Ophir to this hideous green country, where all the scents and flavors are so intense that they make me sick. It fills my heart with sorrow and regret. My only comfort seems to be a small colony of scolopendros, or more scientifically speaking, scolopendromorphs, being referred here as the giant centipedes, living in the vicinity of my hut. These wondrous creatures, the sight of which reminds me of home, have most likely chosen the area to settle because of the presence of shellemars, whose droppings constitute the food of smaller animals, which in turn are consumed by the scolopendromorphs. Sometimes I sneak up on them when they are feeding, and admire their hooked limbs, mandibles so sturdy as if they were made of iron, and chitinous thoraces shiny enough to let one gaze upon one's reflection. Ithlin's prophecy, "Behold, for nigh is the time of sword and the axe, the age of the wolven blizzard, nigh is the time of the white frost and the white light, the time of madness and disdain, Ted Daireth, the final age. The world shall perish amidst the ice and be reborn with the new sun, reborn of the elder blood, of Hen Icher, of a planted seed, a seed that will not sprout but burst into flames. So shall it be, watch for the signs, and I say unto you what the signs shall be. First, the earth will run with the blood of the unsealed, the blood of the elves. Adjunct Philip Borut's notes. The very first day, and I already regret agreeing to participate in this expedition, the journey itself will take 8 weeks. Besides, I do not believe anyone from Isabelle Duchamp's lost expedition remains alive. It has been years. Professor Ivor has taken a supply of egg salad sandwiches with him for the road. A few next pages are glued together by some sticky substance, probably mayonnaise. We have arrived. Professor Ivor gave the order to pitch camp near the ruins of Termes, the palace, the place where the missing group led by Professor Duchamp was supposed to carry out its excavations. Then we drank 2 bottles of wine and went to sleep. The Termes Palace ruins, the very thought of them, sent shivers down my spine. Nevertheless, I believe we should begin our search in the ruins themselves. Yet the professor keeps beating around the bush and spends much of his time curled up with a bottle. My suggestion is to head deeper into the woods and look for signs of the expedition that we shrugged off with a but when they were shrugged off with a comment about my impertinence and the accusation of trying to take over the leadership. The professor has perished. He departed yesterday morning and has not returned by evening. We shall soon set out to look for him. Perhaps the drunkard finally dared to visit the ruins.
Płotka, nie tak szybko.
Toussaint prison. Which is closed, as I believe is often the case with prisons. So no exploring this then. Escape Artist's Journal. The worst part, the journal is sticky with dried blood. The worst part of my work is that not that I have to crawl through cesspits, jump from great heights, drive into canals, be tied up, untied, lashed, burned, tortured, have my fingernails ripped or scraped off while digging tunnels barehanded. That's not the worst. The worst is that I've got to document it all, then hide the notes from the guards. Each escape must be noted down in detail. Otherwise my employers won't have a basis for releasing my pay. The work of a professional escapologist is not easy, my friend. This time I was given a contract in Toussaint. This is going to be a piece of cake. The guards are fat and drowsy and the walls pocked illegible. I was given a thorough hiding today. Those guards are fat and indolent, true, but they know how to whip. Blast, I'm getting too old for this. I'll finish this contract and then it's time for a change of trades. Ha! I'm one lucky whoreson. My fellow inmate, a man wrongfully convicted, told me a story about an elven treasure trove hidden underwater somewhere south of the prison. I believe he has sensed I was planning an escape. I'm supposed to take that sly rogue with me in exchange for the key, perhaps my ticket to an early retirement. I completed my dig, only to learn that I have miscalculated and exited right into the lake. My companion had not learned to swim, it seems, and now he never will, for he sleeps the big sleep, dreaming of fish. Sadly, I didn't manage to take the key to the elven treasure from him. Took all my strength to get back to our cell, where a pack of guards were waiting for me. They knocked out a few of my ribs and a handful of teeth, but I should heal. Things are good. They have moved me to another cell. Bars on the window saw the days when the elves ran Toussaint, so I'll loosen those rust-rotten rods this evening, and then it's into the lake. It's a long drop, sure, but that does not worry me. Then I'll report back to my employer and check out that tale about the treasure. If all goes well, I'll soon be done with escapology. Great, I might die. That would be ironic. Because that's essentially how the other guy died.
Powodzenia na szlaku!
Róbcie, po co was posłano i wracajcie do siebie.
No, I have no harbors discovered.
Nie zatrzymywać się! Dalej! Dalej!
Wiesz, jaka powinna być flaga księstwa? Biało-czerwono-różowa.
Jedz, pij i popuszczaj pasa. Jesteś Toussaint.
Idzie wąż, idzie wciąż.
Spod młota słyszysz? Geralt Herbumost. Szermierz nad szermierze. Zapraszam, zapraszam.
Co tam masz na sprzedaż?
Arrest warrant. In accordance with Article 161, the Attorney General of the City of Beauclair has designated a reward to whomever shall bring to the courts Antoine Stragen, alias Starling, or else provide a proof of his passing.
Ale jaja, wiedźmak.
Dni mijają, roboty nie ubywa.
Amert, mój drogi.
Prawo tutaj
Przecież
jest
rzeczą
sprawą
nieznaną.
prostą.
Najlepszy
Awantury
szczep na
będą
czerwonym
karane
Teraz!
teraz.
Bombino, sam jesteś bombino.
Raz, dwa, raz, dwa, trzy, pięć, sześć, siedem, osiem.
I tell fairy tales. For a modest fee, I will visit your home and tell you a story about anything you request. I know how to amuse children, but I can also spin entertaining tales for adults. Invite me and you shall see. Listening to a good story can make your life's hardships easier to bear. Arcadius. Be warned. Beware Couterin Manor, don't even get close. Kind stranger. Beauclair oak lumber for sale. If you're looking to buy some Beauclair oak, and don't mind if the paperwork's not all in order, I can help you out. Ask for Philippe at Rucano logging outpost. Travelers beware. If you aim to travel, avoid the road through Fox Hollow. The Toussaint caves have become infested with crooks, led by a shady individual known as Loth Half-Breed. Bypassing that area is strongly advised, unless accompanied by an well-armed escort. Vermentino wine, easy drinking anytime. Have a taste for fine vintages, but can't afford to lose your clarity of mind. Try the wine from Vermentino Vineyard. You can down a whole cask and suffer no hangover the next day. The secret? The high percentage. In fact, it's nearly 100% of water in our wines. Okay. That caught me by surprise, because at first I thought it's pure spirit marketed as a wine, but in fact it's almost pure water marketed as a wine. Drink Vermentino and join us in our efforts to promote sobriety among the citizens of Toussaint. So basically what you're saying is it's grape juice, right? Not fermented. Needed. Master Magicer. I need a hard-hined man who wants to fill his sphincter at the sight of sorcery and can give a witch a good fucking hiding if it comes to it. You'll find me chopping wood near the Fox Hollow. My name is Jacob, and chopping wood is what I do. All you poop for brains feckers who thinks you are jesters, I'm warning you, jesting's over. Jacob, woodcutter of Fox Hollow.
Ale mi się zradzi. Tam w barzanciarni to dobrze karmią, synku.
A skąd ty masz takie kocie oczyska?
Nie mam teraz czasu.
Ależ mi się ręce trzęsą.
Na miarę naszych możliwości. Wiedźminie, otwórz oczy tym niedowiarkom.
Herb store.
Jak one pięknie pachną!
Between worlds. In a plane not unlike our own, once lived a ruler named Asgaric. When he was an old man, he fell ill. He felt that he would soon die, so he summoned an evil spirit, Marbas, and made a deal with him. Asgaric would live until his son came of age to ascend the throne. 10 years passed, Asgaric died, and next to his body, Marbas appeared and turned to the heir on the throne. Your father promised me something, now we must pay his debt. And just what did my father receive from you in return, and what do I owe? Your life, said Marbas, and cut the hare's throat with his claw. The boy had not yet died when Marbas opened the gate to another plane. Out of it came a mercenary army, with the evil spirit Berith marching at its head. Marbas sat on Asgaric's throne. Ill times had come to the land. The people rebelled against the demon's rule. Marbas sent Berith and his army against them. Berith slaughtered all of the rebels. His armor glistened with the blood. People began to call Berith the Crimson Sovereign. Marbas's appetite was not sated, so he sent his Crimson Sovereign to conquer neighboring countries. And so it went on for hundreds of years. The Sovereign continues his march, losing soldiers as he went, but Marbas was never sated. Finally the army came. There came a time when the people of the continent were united against Marbas's rule, and the Crimson Sovereign was left alone without an army. He knelt before Marbas and said, "You hired me, and I have carried out my task. You promised me a weapon from which no shield can provide protection. You shall receive it," Marbas said, flashing his teeth. He reached into his garment and drew out a vial filled with plague bile. He flung it at the Crimson Sovereign, yet the Sovereign knew Marbas well enough to expect treachery. He opened a passage to another world, and fled before the vial full of plague could hit the floor. Yet ill luck would have it that when he was fleeing, a gale came flying out of the open portal. It opened a window to Marbas's throne room and spread the plague bile out over the entire world. Ever since, Marbas has dwelt in the tower standing above the continent of dead bodies and beasts transformed by the plague, and Berith, still calling himself the Crimson Sovereign, wanders from world to world as a mercenary seeking for vengeance. That's a weird tale, sort of apropos of nothing. Like, I thought this is going to be a folk retelling of the origins of the Catriona plague.
Witaj, wędrowcze. Potrzeba ci może jakiś ziółek? Dziurawca na ból brzucha albo...
Na ból brzucha wolę korę wierzbową. Albo kłącze kosaćca. Dziurawiec może wywołać zawroty głowy.
Wybacz, nie wyglądasz na kogoś, kto zna się na ziołach.
Znam się. I nie szukam byle chwastu, co rośnie na każdej łące. Tylko rzadkich składników. Możesz mi pomóc? Czy mam szukać dalej?
Sam oceń.
Nie chciałem cię urazić.
Nic się nie stało. To ja nie powinnam była oceniać cię po pozorach. Powiedz, gdzie pobierałeś nauki? U jakiegoś miejscowego zielarza?
O nie, nic z tych rzeczy. W Kermoren. To na północy Kedwen.
Bogowie! Drugi koniec kontynentu! Co robisz w Toussaint?
To co zawsze. Zabijam potwory. Dobra, pokaż co tam masz. Może zagramy w gwinta?
Jak one pięknie pachną!
Okay, any quests nearby? Oh, there was more of it. And I didn't notice. That's a bit embarrassing. I will go back there and sort of grab it.
Amert, mój drogi. Przecież to rzecz ogólnie znana.
So this way, this location will be cleared and I can...
Miejsce mocy. Mogę z niego zaczerpnąć. Wiedźmin. Zawalił sklepienie, żeby pogrzebać przeciwników, ale sam przy tym zginął.
Okay, this is very close. So I'll do this part of the map and some of the side quests next time, and after that I'll get back to the main quest for a bit. You know, just to vary it a little. But for now, that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!